Hello, magnificent people who watch me go about my life, my boring life. So yeah, I'm done with like washing face and brushing. I just got up and yeah, so I'm gonna do a very like minimal morning skincare routine. It's just like four products, and because I'm filming, it's four products. Usually, it's only two. So the first product is this Pond's Super Light Gel Non-Sticky Fresh Feel Moisturizer. My skin's super duper oily. I hate putting moisturizer on my face. Never put it. Never. Not even in the winters because it's that oily. My face doesn't require. So this moisturizer is quite lightweight. It's almost a gel consistency. That's why I put it on. Okay. Can you see? Yeah, you can, I guess. We are going to take from the lid because we have a lot of product on here and we are not Mukesh Ambani. We cannot waste it. Even if it's gel, I don't like a lot of it. So, yeah. On my head and just a little bit on my chin. That's it. That's it. If this is the rate I'm using this product, it might go for years and years after its expiration date even. It smells really good. It feels good. It like seeps into your skin, provides moisturization, like hydration as well. I didn't even comb my hair before I start filming because like we're family, no? You can like okay. So we will let it seep in. See you then. Ooh, shit. I forgot. See, I forgot the first step ever. That is a toner. I didn't tone. You have to tone before you moisturize. Okay. Let it be. Until it gets seeps in, I'm going to do this step of my skincare, which is moisturizing my lips. My lips aren't like dry in general, but it gives a good feel. Okay, basically I'm making it a point that even if I'm not going out, I pamper myself. I try to not stink. Okay, I think I should also do this thing like deodorant stuff. Okay. I swear by this. I like the roll-on deodorants. They are not harsh, they're not really harsh, and it like they smell good and all of that. Final step, which is SPF. Yes, SPF. I'm not kidding. I don't put any type of cream on my face. I hate putting any kind of cream on my face. May it be SPF. So I have never been a regular user of sunscreen, never been a regular user of any kind of SPF. So this is SPF 50 PA++, highly recommended for Indian sun. My dermatologist, he recommended. He said, you are having a lot of pigmentation on your face because you skip this thing. So if you're making it a point putting on, okay, it came out a lot. I don't like the feel of it on my skin, though it says it's a silicone gel, but it doesn't feel like a silicone gel. But it slowly seeps into your skin, like slowly. But it's I feel oily for like first half an hour, and then it's okay. So I'm gonna pat it in here. And he said, put it on your face even if you are not going anywhere. Okay? And he said 3 times a day. 3 times a day is a lot. I'm putting only once. So yeah, we're done. Thank you for watching me rant about skincare and not doing it that properly.
mile high when you're on my side, high up in the sky, cruising through the night. Never been one to not follow the signs. You're looking like a one-way, gotta make the right choice.
So I found out that one of the ways could be retail therapy as well for self-care. If you don't know what retail therapy, it's basically buying things to feed your soul. So if I talk about me, I am not a retail therapy person. If I don't feel well, I wouldn't resort to like buying things, hoarding them. I'm not that. Okay, let's kick books out of the conversation. There, my moral compass is just out of the compass. Like, there's no needle in there. It's all over the place. So, not books. I'm not talking about books. And if you're judging me for that, trust me, I try really hard. Like, really, really hard. You wouldn't even be imagining how hard I try to control myself when it comes to buying books. So, that is why books cannot be a part of this conversation at all. So let's talk about it. So I'm not a person who will go and buy things if it isn't necessary, just for the sake of self-care, just for the sake of buying things. I wouldn't buy things. If I like something, it will be in my cart for ages, and then I will make my mind that okay, even if it is in my cart for ages and I still want it, then I really must want it. Getting, if after some time I don't feel the affinity towards it and I don't mind kicking it out of my wish cart or wish list, whatever, then I don't need it. But for this self-care vlog, I thought okay, I might indulge in some shopping, I might indulge in some retail therapy, and why not? I don't know why, but why not? I did. Okay, I got myself some. First thing I bought is this one. It is a pretty little ice roller. It is called an ice contour, if you have any idea what it is. I mean, I love doing ice therapy, but it is very inconvenient to like hold on to a ice and do it like that. Okay, so this went really viral and I wanted it from the moment I saw it, because I am a regular ice therapy person, so why not? And it isn't really pricey. It is only 80 rupees. Can you believe? Like, it went so viral, but it's only 80 rupees. So I got myself one. Okay, open. So, oh my god, and it is really easy to hold on to. Your hands will get wet, but it wouldn't be ice cold, so that's a good purchase, I think. So yeah, that's one. The next thing that I got myself, again, it was a necessity, because I put on scrunchie while I sleep. Silk scrunchies, it's recommended. It's kind of a self-care. So I got myself some pretty pastel scrunchies. Can you see that? Oh my god, oh my god. Just look at the colors, okay? Just look at the colors. These are also not really pricey. I think I got them in like under 200 rupees. And I have 6 scrunchies. So we have a blue, no, I think they're satin or silk, I'm not sure, but yeah, this is the material, if you can a pastel pink, pastel yellow, beautiful pastel green, pastel peach, and a lavender. Oh my god, they're so beautiful. So I have these 6 and I got them because I use them on a regular basis. So it's an investment and a useful thing. So I don't regret. Next thing that I bought is actually recommended by my doctor. That's why I bought my skin doctor, and he said that you have to have this SPF 50 PA plus 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 sunscreen. I'm not a person who puts on a sunscreen on daily basis. I don't. And he said even if you're not out in the sun, put your sunscreen regularly. He said 3 times a day. I think 3 times a day is a bit more. It was really pricey. It was really pricey. It's like just 50 gram of product, and I think it costed me 700 rupees. Yes, it has 700 rupees for a sunscreen, 50 gram of product. And the next, this is also recommended by my doctor, a skin doctor he is, and this is a face wash. He asked me what face wash are you currently using, and I said I'm using a potato face wash. I have showed you in one of my skincare hauls, and he said potato face wash, what is that? Use this one. I don't know if he wanted money out of me or he was genuinely talking like, this is also like 300 rupees or something. That's fine. 300 is fine, I think. But I never go for a 300 rupee face wash. Yeah, so this is Advanced Skin Rejuvenating Face Wash Celidac. I love its smell though. I can't complain. It's sulfate free, alcohol free, paraben free, and skin friendly. These two are recommended by my doctors, and he said you have to use these two. So this is all the retail therapy I did. Okay, these two will not really be retail therapy because I didn't buy them because I wanted to, but I bought them because my doctor said. But anyway, I spent money, so just let it be in the retail therapy. I think definitely a retail therapy, and I don't regret because both of them were like cheap and I use them regularly, so like money not wasted. So yeah, retail therapy. I think we kind of established the fact that buying books is not accountable for retail therapy, but I bought books anyway. I'm not really proud of it because I was on a book buying ban, but I did, and who listens to book buying ban? Clearly I don't. So yeah, let's do a mini book haul. The first book that I bought is Nothing More to Tell by Karen M. McManus. I want to read this book because it was on my TBR for a really long time. I was not really interested in reading One of Us is Lying, but I anyway did because my friend recommended it because she loved it to bits and I liked it as well. But this book has been on my TBR for really long because I like the premises of it. And this story is about like our protagonist's favorite teacher is found murdered, and she has doubts on the 3 students who found her. She says that the 3 students who found her are not telling the whole story. They are not letting out the whole information. They know more than they are telling, and especially her ex-best friend. So amongst the 3 students, our protagonist ex-best friend is one of them, and she is also hiding something really huge. She has gotten an internship in a true crime podcast show where she decides to investigate this case, that what really happened that day in the woods. But as she dives into the past, she finds out things that she shouldn't have. And the next book that I got is The Beauty of Everyday Things by Soetsu Yanagi, a Japanese author. And this book is primarily that what the title said, like pretty self-explanatory. This talks about the beauty that we don't see in everyday things, and he's trying to describe that how beauty lies in small things. As I said before, our channel wants to appreciate mundanity, see beauty in small things. So I got a book on that. So yeah, I'm pretty much interested to see. And the next book that we got is Braiding Sweetgrass by Robin Wall Kimmerer. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but yeah, Braiding Sweetgrass. This is a book where this author talks about beauty in nature. Like, it's pretty scientific, but it's still a very flowy book that people loved reading because it's not that heavy on science, but it also talks a lot about nature and let's just see the beauty that we often miss. So these two books are pretty similar to each other in this regard, that they talk about beauty that we often miss, beauty that we often don't see even if they're in front of our eyes. So that's what it says: indigenous wisdom, scientific knowledge, and teachings of plants. One of my favorite booktuber, Alison Page, just read this and she loved it, and that's where I got the idea to get this book. So yeah, these are the 3 books that I got, and all of these are Penguin published. I hope to have a fun reading time in there. I know that it does not really make a lot of sense when we do reading update session between a self-care video, because it's not a regular video where we talk about books that we read or are reading. It's a self-care video, separate video which has a theme going on, right? But reading for me is a form of self-care, right? And talking about a book is as much as reading, if not more. Getting my point? And a video where there's no reading update and that's my video, I feel a bit weird. So yeah, we are going in for it. So we're going to talk about 4 different books. I recently read this book, First Person Singular by Murakami. This is one of the very recent books written by Haruki Murakami. If you have been watching my channel for a while, you know that Murakami is my favorite author, and it's an anthology. It means like there are sets of stories in this one book. So I think there's like 8 stories in this particular book, and all of the stories are from first person singular perspective. You know what? This is, I think, the very first book that kind of disappointed me. I am astonished that there could be something by Murakami that I don't quite really like. Like, it was a 2.75 star situation. Yeah, 2.75 star situation for me. There are stories in this that I really like, but first 2 stories felt really, first story it was like completely off the charts. Like, it wasn't really good at all. There were a few stories that I really liked though, like Confessions of Shinagawa Monkey, First Person Singular was fine, Charlie Parker Plays Bossa Nova was good, With the Beatles was good, but most of them were like mediocre. It has Murakami magic in it, as I always say, but it was like not the top notch. Okay, so it was fairly low rating for me, and I just really wanted to love it so much because I love everything by him, but this is a bit lackluster for me, and that is why I'm like disheartened. Then I also read a book called His and Hers. That is a mystery book, and that is written in 2 perspective, his and hers. These are 2 people who are related to each other in some way that we find out in the book. His and hers perspective means one male and one female. Male is a police officer, he's like a detective kind of person, and the female is a journalist. And a murder happens in a small town, and the male already lives in the small town, but the woman has to come back to this small town that surprisingly she was resident of, and there are things that she doesn't want to remember. That's why she does not want to go back to it, but she is a journalist and and that's the news that she has to cover as per the headquarters orders. So she comes and things unravel. They thought it's quite impersonal murder, but they couldn't be more wrong. They are somehow related to whatever is going on, and I read it, and it was okay. I have to say it, like, until the very last 50 pages I was so hooked up into it. I was like eating it up. Like every single chapter has some revealing, something or the other is happening. It always keeps you on edge, but the conclusion of this book was a lot far-fetched. The one who was the actual murderer, I never trust anyone in a mystery book. That's why I never trusted anybody. Then I started to think of people that could be murderers, and I thought, okay, this person could be a murderer as well, because yeah, why not? But then I thought, no, if this person becomes the murderer, then this story is like way too far-fetched, because like it would be ridiculous, right? But they made that person murderer, and it wasn't really good. The ending did me bad. That's why it could have been a 4 or 4.5 star, but it is mediocre for me, 3 star. Now to talk about the books that I'm currently reading, they are in physical book. I'm reading Nothing More to Tell by Karen M. McManus. As I have already told you what this book is about in my book haul, so there's no need to tell you. So I have read 60 pages until now, just started, and yeah, that's that. And another book that I'm reading that is on my phone, which is They Never Learn. It is basically again dual perspective. Okay, this book is also dual perspective. I don't know, I'm reading a lot of dual perspectives these days. If you don't know what dual perspective it is, like you go through the book through two different perspectives. You get to know the story through two different people. So that currently I'm reading They Never Learn. It's again a dual perspective thing. We follow two women. The one is an English professor at a college, and the other is a student at the same college, a girl. And in the very first chapter, that we find out that this woman who is the professor, English professor, is actually a serial killer. Like she kills boys, men who are abusive to other women or something like that. The boys or men who deserve it, but they never get the punishment by the justice system. So she does it in her own way. She kills those boys and often portrays it as an accident or a suicide. So that's how the book starts, and we also go through the story with the perspective of the girl who recently joined this college and is pursuing English literature. Nothing much more has happened in her side of the story, but yeah, things are progressing when it comes to the English professor. So I'm reading it, and also that's also a book that I very recently started. Must have read like 100 pages or something. That was the reading update. I talked about 2 books that I've read, 2 books that I am reading. So I hope you like reading updates, because I like them